Hi, my name is Sabrina and welcome to my kitchen. I'm so excited to be showing you one of my all-time favorite dishes to prepare, actually. It's something that is my go-to that I actually included in my first application. We are joined by the whiny pup Rudy. Are we making risotto, Rudy? Much too good for dogs. Anyways, so back to the recipe. I've got some ingredients prepared here to go into the risotto. So there's a little bit of a thick cut farmer's bacon, and then we have some brown mushrooms, some zucchini, we have white onion, and some green onions as well, cut on the 45, no less. We will be garnishing with some freshly grated Parmesan cheese and some basil as well. And then the grain that we're using is actually a mix of sprouted brown rice. There's some wild rice and actually some quinoa in there too. So the thing I love about risotto is that it's so flexible and you can literally put anything in it. Any sort of vegetable, you can use any grain. I've made it with oats before. Like, it's literally so versatile, and it's actually a really great way to get healthier grains in too. It doesn't always just have to be arborio rice. So I'm gonna start by putting the bacon into a hot pan. And I'm just gonna let this brown up a little bit, let some of the fat release into the pan. And then depending on how much I have, I may or may not add a little bit of butter there, but let's be honest, there's butter going in there. So I really love to cook for primarily my friends and family, but usually my family are the lucky ones that get to enjoy this. I actually have an uncle who can't order risotto in restaurants anymore because he's now sworn faithfully to my risotto. So I like to think that that's pretty much the highest compliment that anybody can offer. Plus he's on my in-law side of the family, so if anybody's gonna be honest, it's your family, right? Alright, so we've got some onion and the bacon that's caramelized nicely, and all of those little brown bits in the bottom, that's where the magic really happens. So we're gonna keep those in there. And I actually have a little swig of white wine that I'm gonna add in here. I actually usually don't, but just because I have it, I'll add a swig of that. I'm gonna add in the rest of my veggies. So the mushrooms are going in, and same with the zucchini. Alright. And we just let that saute for a little bit so that it all reduces and gets really nice and caramelized and super flavorful. Because the true secret to my risotto is that you really take the time with the veggies to really nurture them, let them get happy, and super flavorful. So in the pan, I just have the zucchini, the onion, the bacon. What else? I have your mushrooms. Oh, and I also added a little bit of garlic because the day that I don't cook with garlic is the day that the world has officially stopped turning. So this is all caramelized and it looks really awesome. The flavor base is super, super fragrant. It smells unbelievable. It's just waiting for the grains now to be added. So I'm just going to add the rice mix in, and I really like to just take a moment to stir it in and just let the flavor base kind of absorb into the rice before I add the stock. Because I always find you have to get the flavor in before you add the liquid, because that's really your most important opportunity. So I have my stock ready to go, and I'm basically just going to add it in one ladle at a time until it absorbs. A little bit labor intensive, but the end product is so worth it. I'm just going to roll the heat back a little bit as well. And when you add the stock, that's when you get all those flavorful brown bits from the bottom of the pan. So really make sure you try to scrape those off in there too, because that's going to make a huge difference. 45 minutes. We're all a little bit older and wiser, but the risotto has finally finished. So you can see everything looks nice and plump, everything's kind of expanded nicely, and it looks super creamy. I added a little bit of the Parmesan cheese and the green onions towards the end, just to kind of help give the flavor infusion a little bit better. So we're pretty much ready to go, and it's time to eat. So I'm super excited. Gonna put some on a plate, and we'll garnish it up with a little bit of finely sliced basil, and a little bit more fresh Parmesan cheese, a little bit of fresh cracked pepper, and Bob's your uncle.